Today, I'm going on an adventure. I decided to run on the Las Vegas Strip and give you guys a tour, but not just any tour. There's a lot of haunted history in Las Vegas. Today, I would take you on a strip tour and let you know which casinos are said to be haunted. I'm gonna turn this into a nice long run. We are 3 miles into the run and we are at the first stop, which is the Tropicana, Las Vegas. Here at the entrance, there used to be a tiki mask. According to stories, if you would touch that mask, some people would later develop a purple rash, and then also others who would take a picture next to it would see like this purple haze in their pictures. And eventually the management got rid of it, so we can no longer see it anymore. I'm not sure where it is. As far as I know, there's no more hauntings here. People movers are not operational, so we're going over to the next couple stops, which will bring us to the Excalibur and the Luxor. This one is said to be haunted on the 10th floor of the hotel, haunted by a girl who whispers in guests' ears as they walk through the hallway, and weird things happen, like static from TVs that are turned off, furniture moves, the phone rings, you answer it, and there's nobody on the line. Here we are at the Luxor now, which is said to be haunted by a woman on the 26th floor who actually jumped and committed suicide and landed right in front of the buffet at the time, which was later closed up and turned into a food court. She's said to haunt the 26th floor, and we do hear first-hand encounters of people who say someone is like rummaging through their suitcases in the middle of the night. There was at least 2 construction workers who were killed while building the Luxor. They say you could see some of the construction workers roaming around and haunting the place. There is a long, colorful history in Las Vegas. For instance, they say that this site of the Luxor used to be a burial ground where the mob would take their victims and bury them. Some people speculate that that's where some of the hauntings are coming from, and maybe a reason why this property seems to be cursed. There are a lot of theories as to why the Luxor may be cursed. If you're into that sort of thing, you can definitely Google some of that stuff and find out more information. But there are a lot of weird things that keep happening here. A lot of strange deaths, I should say. Planet Hollywood. Used to be the Aladdin, and apparently one of the suites, if you stay there, you'll be woken up in the middle of the night with someone knocking on your door, and no matter how fast you run to open it, there will be nobody there. It has now been renamed Planet Hollywood and completely remodeled. They call that the paranormal suite. So if you're interested in some of that, stay there. Ballets. Ooh, this one has an interesting history. Was the original spot for MGM Casino, but back in 1980 there was a big tragic fire that took the lives of 87 of its guests. MGM moved their casino 1 block down the street, and then this later was built up as Bally's. And it is said that some of those 87 guests who perished in the fire are haunting the premise to this day. So no haunting story of Las Vegas would be complete if I didn't bring up at least one former mobster who is haunting Las Vegas. So that brings us to the Flamingo. Bugsy Siegel was the one who was managing the Flamingo. He was murdered. It is said that he haunts the Flamingo to this day, even though he was murdered in his Hollywood home. There is a monument in the Flamingo Gardens where he is said to be seen the most. Unfortunately, I can't go there today because there's a wedding in progress. Caesar's Palace. Well, I think we missed out on all the fun action because it is said that for 13 months straight at one point, one of the craps tables was haunted and the ghost was helping people win for 13 months straight. And the people who worked there said it just, something felt so sinister about it that they eventually just removed the craps table and burned it. So, sorry that we can't go play there anymore and win a bunch of money, especially during this COVID times. Could use that extra cash. Apparently when they were building the Mirage, one of the walls fell and landed on some construction workers, and it is said that one of them haunts the place. Restroom in the Terry Fader Theater, the automatic faucets will turn on and off on their own during they're alone, and then you can also hear some knocking on the wall. Circus. It looks closed. There's like nobody here, but I'm gonna go in and check it out because it doesn't seem like there's much of a risk going in where there's nobody at. Oh, put on my mask. A casino where no one's playing. If this doesn't seem haunted, I don't know what does. Room 123, a long time ago, a lady shot her little boy and then she committed suicide. So it is said that you can hear that little boy screaming, "Help me," in room 123. And sometimes you hear whispers in the poker room, and some people said that they saw words written on their bathroom mirrors that say "Help me." Last stop of the day, we are now outside of Westgate, formerly known as the Hilton. This is said to be haunted by the king himself, Elvis Presley. It is said that you can find him haunting the showroom, upper floor hallways, and especially the backstage elevator that leads up to a green room, which was his favorite place to hang out while he was alive, and apparently now that he is dead as well. Rest in peace, Elvis Presley. That concludes today's tour of haunted Las Vegas. I am 7 miles into this run, so now I will run home and conclude this day. Westgate is not on the Las Vegas Strip, actually. It is behind the Strip on Paradise Road. How can you cover Las Vegas hauntings and not mention Elvis Presley? He is the king of Las Vegas. That's it, I'm home. 11.5 miles to get this video done. Whew. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, it seems it's always fun to hear a good ghost story. And as young as Las Vegas is in comparison to the rest of the world, we have quite the history. Some sinister things are said to happen here, but what would you expect from Sin City? I had fun making this video, and the Strip only provides a small fraction of the said hauntings in Las Vegas. So leave a comment below if you would like me to create more tour episodes about the hauntings or history of Las Vegas. When a city is built by the mob, it definitely leaves for quite an interesting history to be told.